Welcome back. I'm here with Football League editor Pascal Lemaire to talk about Saturday's championship match between Bolton and Nottingham Forest. Start with the home side, Pascal. Still looking for their first win and first goal of the season.
Yeah, it's been a real struggle for them. They started with that home game against Derby, the favourites for promotion on the opening day, and they held them to a 0-0 draw. It was a fairly good performance by all accounts, but since then, like you say, still waiting for their first goal, going out at home to Bolton in the Cup, and then losing at home to Middlesbrough and then to MK Dons. Very disappointing results for them, and you just wonder. I talked about it when we were last here that you look at their strikers and you just think surely they're going to struggle this season. Gary Medine, who's lost his way, both off the field and on it the last couple of years, and Emil Heskey are their two main strikers. Heskey, I know he can still do a job, but he's not exactly the sort of striker that's going to be able to play week in week out for you. I just think there's so much pressure on Zach Clough, their encouraging youngster, who was really good last season, but then he got a serious injury. I think it was around February, March time, and he missed the rest of the season. Now he is back in the team, but there's a lot of pressure on him. I think he's 19, and so much pressure on him when you consider that he might become their main goal threat this year. I think they have to sign someone before the end of the end of the summer transfer window. I think Tim Ream, he is going to leave. Neil Lennon said that's going to free up some funds so we can sign some players, and I think they're going to confirm an Arsenal signing, Wellington Silva, who's going to come in on loan, Brazilian play. Hopefully that can offer some creativity in there because they certainly need it. And the goals are a big worry. 1 point out of 3 in the league. It's worrying times for Bolton at the moment.
And Nottingham Forest, they also got off to a shaky start but picked up their first points over the past week.
Yeah, they got their first points. So they had 2 home games. First they beat Rotherham at home. They fell behind to Rotherham, who lost on the opening day 4-1 against MK Dons. So when they fell behind there, I think Forest fans would have thought we're in real trouble here. But they did well to fight back, got the win, and then they played Charlton in midweek, a 0-0 draw there. But to be honest, Charlton were the team that could have easily won that game. Forest. They didn't create too much, and Doris de Vries in goal made 2 fantastic saves to keep Forest in it, and a draw there. They did well to get a draw out of that game, to be honest. Especially Michael Antonio, their star player, he was left out from the squad there because there's been a lot of transfer talk about him. Premier League clubs like West Brom have been linked with him, and then Forest, big East Midlands rivals Derby, are the latest clubs to be said to go in for him. And the fact he was left out of the squad suggests that all's not right there. You'd expect, Henry Lansbury did play in that game, another player that's been linked away, and you wonder if the sort of Lansbury talk they might have been able to get rid of that interest, because if he's back in the team, that's a good thing. But if Antonio's now out, if they're going to lose Antonio, that's a huge blow, because with the embargo they can't really sign anyone. And I see they've been linked with Joey Barton, a free agent, but you wonder if that's the sort of player that's really going to make a change for you, because his career and the sort of all the hysteria that comes with like signing a player like that. You just wonder if that's going to be a good signing for them. And even though it's 4 points out of 6 the last 2 games, I still think Forest, you struggle to pick them to go for the playoffs this year.
What's your score prediction for this one?
Yeah, I think I'm going to go for a draw in this one. I think Bolton will finally get their first goal, but I think Forest, they haven't looked that great. I think Bolton, they might just get, because they're back at home, they'll be glad to be back at home, and I think they should be able to get their first goal here, so I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw.
So Sportsman going for a 1-1 draw.